simultaneous broadcast on Vol Live and iVlog and YouTube. So if you aren't on any of those channels at the moment, you will be at some point, no doubt. Probably YouTube. Hello YouTubers, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. Put some comments down below. Why not subscribe to the YouTube channel by clicking that button that says subscribe, and also don't forget there is a Facebook group over on Facebook called Lakey Blokes Casts, something like that. There'll be a link down below that you can just click and join if you aren't already a member. Pop in and say hello, it'd be good to see you. So folks, before I uploaded this particular video, you'll know that I did a previous video on Aspall, and it was their vintage, and my word, it was a fantastic, wonderful cider, and it's been on my mind since. I've been thinking about it since because it was so good, and the taste stayed with me, and I've just been thinking about it, thinking I could do another one of those quite easily. But we forget it's 8.2%, folks. We can't do too many of those. So what I've done is I've moved down a notch to this one. This is the Aspall Organic Cider. There it is. You'll forgive the noise in the background, folks. That's this really old and decrepit PC that I have down at the side here that we used to do the broadcast from, and I still do them because I'm doing one right now. Hello John, and hello Dom in Ibiza, although you're not in Ibiza, are you? You're somewhere else exotic. So this is a 6.8% Aspall Suffolk Organic Cider. I haven't had this one certainly in about 18 months, 24 months, maybe even 3 years, because I haven't been drinking for I mean, I was off the drink for a year, so I can't remember how this tastes, but I suspect it will be a nice one. So let's give it a pour. Is this cider gonna be a sink it, or is this cider gonna be a drink it, folks? Let's find out. Now, you remember earlier I was telling you about the smell. When you pour a cider, if you can smell it and the glass is quite a way away from your nose, you know it's going to be a good one. This has got a hint of that, slight hint. Smells quite good, although initially there is a hint of alcohol in that smell. So I don't know whether that's going to work its way into the flavour of the cider, but certainly I get that hint that there's alcohol in this, which I didn't get with the vintage one, which is ironic really, considering that that one was 8.2%. This one's a lot lighter than that. This is, as I said, this is 6.8%. It's still a strong one, stronger than your normal ciders, but you know, we'll just wean our way into it and we see how we go. Right, that's a very clean taste there. Again, I'm not getting the alcohol hit, which I got on the smell. I could smell the alcohol from the glass, but you don't get that in the taste. You get hit with apples. This is quite a lot smoother, and some would say because it's a little bit smoother, it's a little bit nicer than maybe perhaps the vintage one, which is quite strong, even though, you know, as I said earlier, you couldn't really taste the 8.2% in it. With this one, 6.8%, does it taste like a 6.8% cider? So as you bring it to your mouth, you get that hit of alcohol, very slight hit, that didn't really come with the previous cider. It's very odd, folks. I would say that this one has more of an alcohol hit in the smell than the previous cider did, but when it comes down to the taste, it's really quite sharp and crisp and clean, much like the other Aspall cider is. But this one doesn't feel as heavy as the other one, so in that respect, certainly, although I didn't realise I was drinking an 8.2% cider, I wouldn't have known unless I looked at the bottle. This one tastes a little bit lighter than that one, which I suppose is a good thing. Really nice apple flavour there. The profile is just hitting me. It's just medium cider. It hits all the right places. It's beautiful, really nice. No surprising, folks, that this one is going to be a drink it rather than a sink it. This one again is way up there with the Sheppies and the previous Aspall that I did. So in that respect, I'm going to have to give it, I would say it's slightly less impressive than the previous vintage cider, but maybe you would expect that. So in that respect, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 rather than a 9 out of 10, because there is that slight alcohol hit as you raise it to your mouth and it weans its way up your sinus passages. So in that respect, the other cider didn't do that, this one does. So I have to knock it down a little bit for that, because I think that's perhaps a negative thing, rather than it just smelling of apples and hitting you in the face with apple goodness. There's a slight alcohol hit, and I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing. But that's just my opinion, folks. You might have a different opinion on that, and you're welcome to it. So 8.5 out of 10 is still a good one. So it's a thumbs up from me on that one. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Ta-da.